So we are in our Celestial Awakening Masterclass, and we are going to be making our own Vortex. And that's going to be using the Akashic Records Grid, which is exciting because I don't think I have seen that anywhere else. And the guides brought that through, and I'm just really excited because it feels so powerful. So I really can't wait to see how you guys feel and like all the things that you get out of it. So let's just take a minute and take a breath. And just breathe into our bodies. Just being present for this, opening ourselves up to all the spiritual gifts and insights and energies and all the good things that are going to flow in for us to receive. And just open your eyes. Okay, I always like beginning with centering. So all right. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. So my name's Regina. I am a spiritual life coach, an energy healer of 17 years, a hypnotherapist. And I have really been getting into activations over the last 2 years or so. So I started learning energy healing when I was 18. I did Reiki like most people do and became a Reiki master. And at that time, my like intuitive abilities was just empathic. Like I could just feel energy. And then a few years ago, there was our house burned down in the campfire of 2018. We had COVID. Then I hit my spiritual awakening, and it was just like super hard. And I was trying to do all the, I guess, mainstream things. Like I was trying to work out and eat healthy and read these books and do therapy. And it felt like nothing was working because I still had all this like PTSD. I still had all these things that were happening. And so I began to do like a 10-minute meditation every day and a gratitude for 5 minutes, like journal. And shortly after that, I started to feel like way better. But this book came into my life called The Clarion Call by Robert McKenzie. And it is a channeled works with Archangel Metatron. And so in that book, there's like activations. And that was the first time I was experienced an activation. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so powerful. And I swear it is what helped me with my spiritual awakening. Like it totally helped me with my PTSD. Everything just started to click. And I felt like more energy. I felt more support and love. And so after that work, I started to hear like my guides and angels. I started to see energy when I worked with clients. I started to know things that I don't know how I'd know them other than that was spirit. And so doing that work, I felt like this was something kind of relatively new to our planet that we have access to like higher dimensional beings, activations, initiations that I don't think we had, like 10 years ago, because we're in this like kind of turning point and we're just evolving. So with the guides, they work with me with doing healing work and working with people's higher selves. And I oftentimes in healing work, I'll activate people's lower chakras because we're moving into, us being more healed, us being more aware, us bringing in more power. And so we really need to let go of like the old survival stuff, the old world, old ways stuff that isn't serving us anymore. And so the guides also were saying to me, this was like back in May, they were like, okay, we need to start teaching and doing this, like these activations with people. And we need to do like a 4-part activation with our star family and our DNA. We need to do archangels. We need to do the divine feminine ascended masters and working with the universe more on like the feminine creation aspect and bringing in those soul truths of what we know, but we've like forgotten as being humans, but also have forgotten, just through like us, our families, our genetics, epigenetics, everything like that, all those like fun lies we like to, agree to. So back in 2021, I was given the archangel activation. And at that time, the guides were saying, yeah, the people who get this activation have to be doing the work. And I'm like, okay. And so it's been how many years? And here we are. And they're like, yeah, we're ready. Like everybody, all of you here, all of you on the replay, like you guys are ready. Like you've been doing healing work. You've been doing the things, whatever that routine, whatever that healing approach looks like to you, you've been doing it. Your guides, your angels, your higher selves, you're all ready for this next step. So today we're going to be doing the Vortex. So this is working with the Akashic Records Grid. So the Akashic Records is a place where they keep track of everybody's soul, their soul lineage, like from the existing all the way to now. So a lot of times people do Akashic Records readings. So we'll be working with the energy of that place to make the vortex. And that's for like two main reasons. One reason is for releasing the karmic patterns that we don't need anymore. Also for releasing past life interferences and rewriting soul contracts or releasing soul contracts. So we're looking at all the things that aren't benefiting us right now. You have soul contracts that benefit you. You have karmic patterns that do benefit you, but we're looking more of like the things that are just kind of holding us back, from our power, from, being who we want to be in this lifetime, following through things that are sabotaging us or giving us unnecessary fear. And then the second aspect of the Akashic Records Grid is for using it to amplify our healing, to have a higher frequency place to really connect with our guides, with the ascended masters, if you go on to the 4-part class, like working with those beings. But even if you just take this on your own, and whatever guides and beings that you want to bring in, to work with. It could be one's already on your spirit team, or maybe there's, a particular angel that you want to be working with. So that's what that's going to do. It's going to help provide like this super powerful space that's even more than like sacred space. And the keepers, which are the ones that take care of the Akashic records and allow you to see certain information, are going to be working with us to make that vortex and bringing in that energy. And since they are the keepers, they know exactly how to use the energy to help you in this healing today, work with like past lives, bringing your past lives together that have benefiting information or talents or skills, and also helping you like release all those things that we talked about, like the soul contracts and stuff. So it's going to be done like a meditation, energy healing. You're going to feel probably like good energy. You may feel sleepy. You may feel warm and tingly. And we'll do that. And then at the end, I'll give you a few minutes to write down like some things that you experienced in it. Does anybody have any questions before we start? I can also answer questions at the end of this too.
I think I know this answer, but I think other people might have this question. And I'm just curious what you'll say. So if you're unsure of what exactly those patterns are, but you can like feel the energy, is this still effective if you can't quite put your finger on like what you're healing, if that makes sense?
Yeah, no, that's a great question because yeah, you don't have to know what's being let go of. Like you don't even have to really feel it because your higher self knows exactly. Those keeper guides are working with you. So if you do kind of feel something like you're like, I kind of know that this pattern I have with my eating or something might be bigger, like a karmic thing, we'll be able to focus on that too. I'm going to have you guys set like your own kind of like, if there's a thing that you feel might be karmic or past life, you can focus on it. If not, like it's going to be worked on regardless. So you don't have to know what's being removed, or if it's like 6 lives ago, or if it was this particular relationship with your aunt or something. So it's going to work anyway. That's a great question. Did I answer that for you? All right, thanks. All right, anybody else have a question before we start? All right. I am so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so glad you guys are all here. Okay, so just get comfortable. Find yourself in your seat, feeling your feet on the floor. Breathing into your chest, breathing into your legs, your arms, breathing into your back and your head. And we're going to do some breathing to really activate our pineal gland so that we open up our abilities more. So you're going to breathe and see your breath moving up to the top of your head or feel it. So you're going to breathe in and then hold it and then let it out. So every time you're breathing in your breath up to the middle of your head, the pineal gland, holding it and then letting it go. And this actually puts pressure on the pineal gland, and it starts to release and break these little crystals that actually heighten your gifts. So just breathing in up to your head, hold, and out, and just do it at a comfortable pace for you. And one more time, breathing in, holding it, and out. And I just want you to look down and see your feet in some grass and feel the coolness of the grass on the bottom of your feet, between your toes, and feeling this energy going from your hips all the way down through your feet into the middle of the earth. And you can see around you beautiful trees and flowers and a meadow. And we're also going to call on our higher self to be here with us, guiding this vortex today, our healing.
Yes, I praise for you.
And I'm also going to ask for our angels, our guides,
Angels of the Christ of light, my spirit entourage.
and we're going to ask for any other beings of the highest light and love to be with us. I want you to walk through this meadow, listening to the birds, hearing the wind in the trees, watching the wind move the leaves, the grass, the flowers bouncing. And just feeling that love and support that is always around you. Just breathing that in. So we're going to walk down a path. And at this end of this path, it's almost like a giant stone circle. And we're going to walk into this beautiful stone circle because this is going to transport us to the Akashic Records, where we're going to form our vortex and connect into the grid. So stepping into this stone circle, you can feel this energy as it begins to make you feel lighter, like you're floating upward. And you do begin to float up into the sky. You may see angels with you, or guides with you, or orbs of light. Going up into space. Moving up into other dimensions. They may just look like colors. You're just getting taken to the perfect dimension and frequency in which the Akashic records exist. Your higher self is helping you. And on the count of 3, you are going to be in front of the giant, beautiful building of the Akashic records. In 3, 2, 1. It's like you've materialized on this big floating island with this beautiful library. It's almost like a castle building in front of you. And just feel how this energy feels a lot different already. Like for me, it feels like waves going up and down my back already. So the door is opening and we're going to walk into the Akashic Records. And as you walk in, you'll see 2 keeper guides. And they are walking us to this giant room with a circle surrounded by 6 tall crystals. And they guide you to stand in the middle. And this is where we're going to connect into the Akashic Records Grid. So actually underneath your feet, underneath the circle, is a giant crystal that is connected to the grid. And I want you to just ground into that. So see like a tube of light, maybe tree roots, whatever's comfortable to you, really connecting you into that crystal. You might even imagine just putting your feet in the middle of that crystal. And now these energies are starting to swirl. So the keeper guides are also helping to make this vortex with you and swirling energy around you. You may see like blues and greens. You may hear a song or a note. And it's just making it stronger. And it's almost like it's getting thicker, like this thicker bubble container around you, swirling and swirling until eventually the room disappears and all you see yourself is inside this vortex. And whatever colors that is for you. For me, it kind of reminds me of like a nebula or something, but to you, it could be totally different. So I want you to allow this energy of this vortex to come in through the top of your head, through the palms of your hands, and through the bottoms of your feet. If that's too strong for any of you, then you don't have to do all those points. You can do one point, maybe just your hands or your head. And now you're sharing the energy of the vortex, the Akashic Grid, part of your own soul energy, knowing, wisdom. And then we're just going to let this start flowing because we're going to start releasing karmic patterns. So if you already kind of know maybe some of your karmic patterns or think you might, you can set the intention right now to have those transmuted or shifted or released. If you don't, that's fine too. You don't have to know anything for this. You may feel that energy changing and shifting and moving out of your body. And as it moves out, it's being alchemized, transformed, and it's moving back into that vortex. You might hear like a word or a sentence about what that was about if you need to know. But this is all orchestrated by your higher self. So what you need to know will come to you. What you need to understand will. If not, you're ready. You've been doing the work. Now I want you to see this. It's kind of like a dark violet, transparent black energy coming in through the top of the vortex. This is like the divine energy. This is like the vortex in which creation is made energy. And this is coming in through the top of your head. And it's got golden spirals and golden strands of energy into it as well, which has to do with more of the creation and manifesting part. So there's like the masculine and the feminine energy that's coming in right now. And this is going to pull your past lives that you need in this lifetime. So you may actually see like orbs come from the vortex and into you, or you may just feel it come in through your hands and your feet and your head. But we're uniting that knowledge, dimensional parts of yourself right now, so that we can do the contracts and the past life interference. And there may be like past lives you're already really connected to that are, this is going to help strengthen that connection. Oftentimes, our past lives are connected to the back of our head, like our fifth chakra. So you may feel energy there. You may feel energy in other parts of your body. Okay, and then that black, purple, gold energy is just starting to dissipate. And the vortex energy is coming out of the hands and the feet and the head because we're going to connect in a different way. So I'm first going to ask you, maybe intuitively, you know where the vortex needs to connect into your body. So I ask you to do that. If you have a specific chakra or place that you feel like needs the connection for the next step, which we're going to do soul contracts. If not, the heart is always a good place. We hold our relationships in our heart, connecting that vortex energy into our heart. When I do that, I can feel it go to my back, go out like it's kind of like angel wings. And then coming back in, kind of making like an infinity loop or a Mobius loop. Moving that energy through my body, through your body. We just ask our higher self, spirit, to rewrite or release any soul contracts that we have that are no longer needed, or that can be changed and written in a way that are more beneficial. Those are contracts with family, with friends, with a neighbor, whoever it is. We don't need to know who it has to be exactly. Feels like to me a lot of family stuff is being rewritten right now, though. Don't be afraid to breathe. Now, with this still connected, feel the energy start to come out of your body kind of like pushing out of you, making like another aura around yourself. It's expanding out of your chest, your head, your arms, your legs, your back. And this is actually pushing out any past life interferences that you no longer need. So, an interference may be in a past life. You were killed for being a healer. So, in this lifetime, you have fear about it. Or maybe you starved in a past life. So, you have a really interesting relationship with food in this one. So, whatever those interferences are, they're getting pushed out into the vortex. And the vortex just swallows it up and is transforming it, alchemizing it into energy that you need that is going to benefit you. And if there's anything specific that you want to release right now, feel free to do that. Something emotional, physical, the situation, relationship. You can release it through that heart connection. You can release it out of your being. Just allowing that vortex energy to move all that stuff for you. Anything else on any other level of your being that needs to be released or moved, we're doing it right now. We're just going to set an intention. And you just say yes as I say this in your own mind. I accept the agreements I made with Spirit and the loving spiritual beings. I am ready to bring and anchor the light into this portal I have created today. I allow my true essence to manifest in order to serve Creator and manifest the change within myself and world. I acknowledge I am a powerful creator and embrace the support of my spirit and spirit team. So now we are actually going to anchor your vortex into the earth so that you will be able to use this later, anytime you want. So we're going to bring this vortex to the earth, and I want you to see a cord from yourself going into the middle of the earth, and a cord or an anchor going down from the vortex into the middle of the earth. Just bringing you and the vortex into the earth's atmosphere and down into the sky, bringing you down onto the ground. And as you are anchored, this vortex, you are also allowing all the beautiful healing energies that are in this vortex to go into the earth. And allow that earth energy as well into the vortex, because you are human and you do need to be in your body and be grounded to bring change. And I want you to put your hands on the sides of the vortex and feel that energy. It's like tingly on your skin. And the vortex is going to show you a symbol. This is a symbol you're going to use to access it on your own later. It could be really simple. It could be more detailed. It's almost like the key to unlock your vortex. And then let's invite those keeper guides that are still with us. You may not see them because they may be on the outside of the vortex or working at different angles. Invite one of those keeper guides in. And we're just going to ask them the question, how do I need to use this to benefit myself right now? What's the best way to use this? You could have already done it. Maybe it's using it every day. Maybe it's using it to amplify the meditations you do or the love you send out. And let's just thank those keeper guides and thank the Akashic Records and the Akashic Records Grid, our higher self, all the beautiful beings that are with us, Source, Creator. We're going to step out of our vortex. And it's going to look almost like you're shutting a door on your vortex with that symbol on the door. And it may just kind of dissolve, it may fold up. And then I want you to just kind of walk through that meadow we started in again. Start grounding ourselves, start telling ourselves we're here. We're back on earth again, feeling that cool grass in our feet, hearing the birds, seeing the breeze move through nature. Re-grounding yourself into the middle of the earth. So you grounding into that chakra you have below your feet. And then through that chakra, down into the middle of the earth. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and write down anything you want to write down if you need to. I'll give you one more minute. All right. Is everybody coming back to Earth? Okay, I am going to, let's see. Was that good? Is everybody, was I, okay. So I know because I said this was an hour, so I am appreciative of your time. I want to share my screen for a minute. So many things. Okay. I just wanted to talk about our replays and the next thing, which is the classes. So it's the Celestial Awakening, A Journey Through Divine Activation. So it's a 4-part activation class where we're going to be working with star families, archangels, feminine ascended masters, and then divine source codes so that you can expand your spirit team. Because I really do believe you have already contracted with all these beings. You've already worked with all these beings before. I'm sure you're already working with most of these beings. But it's receiving the activations that they have to elevate your energy, your light body, help with your healing, and like help the planet and whatever line of work that you do as well. They will be benefiting you. So the first one is the star family. So this is connecting with your off-planet family. It also could be other star beings that might not necessarily be your family, but you've worked with before. I've seen in sessions and stuff that there's like hybrids. You could be from two different planets. It also could be like you were born on one planet like Pleiades, and then you learned on Andromeda or something like that. So you could have a bunch of different star beings that actually that are here to support you and work with you. They're going to upgrade your DNA and infuse you with star codes. With the star families themselves, usually when working with clients and stuff, and like Hannah knows, it's like you get chakras activated. They do a lot of physical stuff, like a lot of like nerves and cells and lot with your light body. So that's going to be what's really going to happen more in that class, is just connecting with them, that energy, and working on your light body and those chakras that need to be activated or upgraded so that you can, raise your vibration and keep working. And also, having that connection with them and working with them aside from these classes. So the second one is the archangel activation that I kind of mentioned. It's like the army of light. This is working with the archangels, gaining their support, kind of acknowledging and taking that place with them. Like you've already agreed, right? Like, so they're just waiting for you. Like we got the place for you. We know that you want to serve. We know that you're here, to be a way shower on this planet. And so that's what that is about, is being welcomed and initiated in with the archangels, but also the upgrades and activations that happen with working with the archangels themselves. So it's like being more divinely guided and more empowered, bringing in more of those angelic codes that we all have. And I mean, a lot of us have been angelic beings, and so it's like remembering that. It's also elevating us in a way that like it's going to help us get over struggles faster. I mean, we are here to like learn and struggle, but it's going to make things easier so we can essentially embody what we're supposed to be doing here and not have the other stuff bog us down. The third class is the Divine Feminine Ascended Masters. Now, we're probably only going to work with like 4 or 5 of them, but there are a lot of different ones. So we'll probably be working with like Isis, Kuan Yin, White Buffalo Woman, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, maybe Kali. I'll see. We'll have to see. That one is going to be more about heart activations. Also, I feel like Kuan Yin's going to really be working with, she has like a dragon that she works with, and also doing more work on some particular chakras for us and our spiritual gifts. It's also a way for you to like have these connections with these ascended masters. You're going to get teachings, and, be able to work with them in a way that's going to benefit you, like opening your heart. They have so much wisdom, and I work with Isis a lot and Kuan Yin, but there are going to, whatever one gravitates to you is the medicine that you need. So it's also going to help with, expanding your spirit team, your growth, and your journey. Class 4 is the Sophia, the Divine Mother. So we're looking at it more from a feminine aspect of creation, and really connecting into that vortex, that void where creation is, and bringing in manifesting codes, like codes for manifesting in this life, but also like soul truths that but we have forgotten. Also more about that power. I feel like those other classes are like the steps up. And then this last class is the one where it's like, you've done all the work, you've prepared the body, right? Because each time we have those activations, our body has to adjust, and our frequency adjusts, and there's healings and things that we let go of. So by this last one, it's like, okay, we've done the work. We're ready to really embody that truth, the healing, your true self. And I kind of feel like it's the last one that's like, we're just done with the BS, like just done with the BS, and we're embodying like the truths, and no longer allowing like ego-y stuff and all those things that used to manipulate us manipulate us. So the format's going to be like we had today. It's going to be a meditation and energy healing through Zoom. It'll probably be like, I like say like an hour, 15 minutes. So we have time to share. We're not really sharing in this one, but if we want to share in the other ones, I always really enjoy that. Classes are bi-weekly, so it'll be every other week. That way so you can adjust. Sometimes it takes us days to bring in all that energy that we that we just experienced. Just even with this vortex, like I still feel it really like intense in my third chakra and my heart. Not a bad intense, but so I know it's still working. So that's why I want to do it bi-weekly, so we have time to integrate. And then between the weeks that we don't meet, I will be sending on the course page, there'll be like audios and other resources to help you work with this stuff on your own. So, you know, you can be like, oh, I really liked meeting my star family and I want to know how else can I work with them. We're going to be doing that for all the classes, so you can keep expanding your spiritual growth. Replays come along with the course, so if you can't make it, you can always watch the replay. It's through Pensite. That's where my website's through. So you'll just log in, you'll see it in your portal. I'll also send you an email and notify you when I send out the material as well. So the dates for the class are October 13th. So that starts next Sunday. And then we'll skip a Sunday, 27th, and then November 10th and the 24th. And it starts at 1 on Sundays. So the investment price right now is $180, and then it will change by the end of Wednesday to $212. So like I said, you'll get the 4 classes, the replays, and then I'm going to do at least 2 resources per activation. I may even do more. I really work with the guides a lot. So sometimes I'm like, I have a plan, and then we get close, and then the guides are like, nope, you're doing another thing. You're going to add another amazing thing on this for everybody because they need it. So there could be more than 2 for sure. So the replay today you will get in your email, and then I will send you the audios. I made 2 audios, one for doing the healing with your vortex, and the other audio you're going to get is working with your spirit guides or whatever spirit guide you want to work with. If you have a particular ascended master or something that you work with, you'll be able to, you know, pick that and use it in that audio as well. The audios are like 15 minutes at the longest because I really want you to be able to have time to do it. It's really hard to make time to do a half an hour meditation or longer. So I tried to make them smaller so that you are able to use them every day if you want. And then I'll include the link for that class too. And I just want to say thank you. I thought these colors kind of looked like the vortex colors I was seeing. They were so pretty. So anyway, thank you to everybody for being here. And I know your time is precious, and we are almost at the 1 hour mark. But if anybody has questions about the classes or anything, feel free to ask. And if anybody else is ready to go, you're welcome to go. I don't want to keep you over the time. So, or if you want
Thank
to,
you so much.
you're
Sorry.
welcome.
I really feel it. That was really awesome.
Yeah, it was when they were saying like, yeah, then connect the hands and the feet and the head, like all that stuff at the same time. I wasn't, you know, I'm leading it and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that's a lot. So like, you know, maybe if you want to start out slow and do one connection, but yeah,
It
I
feels
really,
good. I like to feel it. You know, like
yeah,
feel bigger
you're
to
like,
go home. You know, no, it was awesome. I loved just the imagery. And it was weird because it was like something clicked in my brain when I was there. I was like, oh, I was just here in a dream like a few weeks ago. It was so weird. So it was like, I'm pretty sure there's a connection there.
oh,
And
that's
there was like other
awesome.
people there, and we were all learning and like some kind of course, and we all had like these crazy questions, and like So I think it was the same place. So like I hadn't thought of that. You know how sometimes you forget dreams and then you just remember them randomly? So that was cool. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome. I always love those like deja vu, but it's not, yeah, like you've been there and you've been doing, I'm sure you probably go there all the time and do all the work there. So, anyway, anybody else? If not, I'm gonna say goodbye and thank you. That was amazing. You guys make this possible. I mean, you bring all the power and energy into this, so I really, really do appreciate all of you. So, all right, bye guys.